Yo, what the fuck is up, everybody? In today's video, I'm coming at you with another fishing, chilling, smoking video, but in this one, I'm going to be telling the story of the time that I got caught stealing from a gas station. I've been out here for about 3 hours at this point. I've just been collecting as much firewood as possible so I can stay out here as late as I can. To be honest, I tried to tell this story already and completely fucked it up. It happens a lot of the time I come out here. It's a mix of not eating anything yet today and it also being my first smoke of the day. Just absolutely gets me to the point where I am like completely unable to talk, or I tell the story like total fucking shit and it just barely makes sense. So I'm gonna tell this story as a campfire side smoke sesh. I'm gonna wait until it gets dark outside, get my campfire going real nice. I've collected myself a nice pile of wood over here and a nice ass pile of wood over there. I'm gonna keep rebaiting my hooks, keep trying to catch some fish. There's another fish. It's my fourth fish of the day, guys. No way. I'm gonna move my chair out of the way. Fourth fish of the day. Definitely a smaller catfish. I was just about to start smoking with you guys and I ended up catching myself my fourth catfish of the day. This is the first one that I've shown on camera because all the other ones that I caught were when I tried to tell the story already and just completely fucked it up. So I ended up deleting all those clips, but I figured I would go ahead and show you this guy. This is probably the smallest one that I've caught today, but still, you know, it's fun as fuck catching catfish, and this guy definitely put up a fight. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw him back in and get to smoking with you guys. Got myself a bowl of some of this fire ass weed. Cheers, everybody. I don't know the name of this strain. This is just some stuff that I picked up from the plug, but I have heard legends of chocolate tasting, chocolate smelling weed, and I've been searching for it for years. I honestly thought that it didn't exist for a while until I ended up getting this stuff right here. This is some super dark chocolate tasting and smelling weed. It smells so similar to dark chocolate. It is some fire ass stuff. It gets me fried as hell. I have really been enjoying smoking on it. But either way, ever since I started using shrimp as catfish bait, I've been having so much more luck. I know I already said in this video, but I have caught 4 catfish so far today, which is just crazy for me, honestly. Usually when I come out here, I catch 1 or 2 at the most, and most of the time I catch absolutely nothing. So today has been a really good day for fishing. I wish I could have included the other clips of me catching those fucking fish, but I just fucked up the story so bad I figured I would completely restart the video, honestly. I'm getting hits on my rod again, guys, on this other one, and I'm getting hits on both rods. 2 rods at the same time. What do you know? Let's see if I catch something. I'm gonna move my chair out of the way, and I'm just gonna fucking sit here on the ground and smoke this bowl with you guys. I really hope I catch something. If I'm getting 2 rods hit at the same time and I don't end up catching at least 1 fish, come on. But either way, I'm trying to record as much nature content as I possibly can, like smoke sesh videos, even if I'm just out in the woods or something. But I've been coming out here fishing every single weekend, recording videos. Cheers, everybody. There goes that rod, getting hit again. This one's still getting hit. I'm so ready to catch myself another fish. Today has been a great day for catfishing, I cannot lie. But oh, there it fucking goes again, still getting hit. Every single time it gets hit, I get distracted and completely forget about what I'm talking about. But cheers, everybody. Yesterday, I came out to this spot and I pulled up, brought half my stuff down to the fishing spot, and I was getting my other half of my stuff, and some random truck pulls up right next to me. Like, he's like going real slow around the fucking corner or around the bend, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'd never seen something like this, never had this happen to me. We're out in the middle of fucking nowhere where you can just scream as loud as you can. Nobody's gonna be able to hear you. So I'm like, you know, fucking a little suspicious of it, but I'm not really thinking anything of it. I already brought half my stuff down to the fishing spot. I was getting the other half of my stuff, and then this dude pulls up right next to me. My car's still running, so I hop in it, like ready to fucking go. If anything happens, I'll just leave the other half of my shit down there. Fuck it, it's better than getting, you know, robbed, right? So this dude hops out of his truck, comes up to me, and it's like, are you fishing at the spot down there? And I'm like, yeah, I already have half my stuff down there. I'm just getting the other half of my stuff. It's all laid out in the fucking grass and everything. If I would have pulled off, I would have left everything, actually, 'cause all the rest of my stuff was already laid out in the fucking grass. But either way. So, you know, I tell him that, and he's like, all right, well, we're going to fish down there. And says it just like that. And he wasn't trying to be nice, nothing like that. Like, I'm taking your spot. What the fuck are you going to do about it? And of course, I'm just like, oh my fucking God, it's not worth it. So I go down to the spot. I get the rest of my fucking stuff. He, like, as soon as he fucking says that, he fucking goes up to his door, you know, talks to his fucking girlfriend. They hop out of the truck. They grab a single pole between them, a tiny ass little 4-foot fucking bait caster, a shitty ass fucking rod, go down to the spot and are fishing with that. And that pissed me off even fucking more, because it's like, dude, you're not going to catch anything on top of that. But I had to get my fucking stuff. And I ended up going to another fishing spot. It was completely flooded, which sucked. Then I drove to the other side of the lake and realized that I left my cooler at this spot. So I had to drive all the way back here again and to the other side of the lake fucking again. I spent an hour and a half yesterday just driving around, all because of that stupid ass fucking situation. But I was finally able to get out and do some fishing. I was at the other spot. I stayed real nice and late, but it was so fucking flooded. My shoes were filled with water. I didn't catch a single fish. So I'm glad that I came out today to get some fucking redemption. I was honestly considering just staying at home and playing video games all day, but I honestly can't stand doing that. Like, I hate doing it. It feels like a complete waste of a day. But cheers, everybody. I was just checking my hook to see if there was any bait on there still, and realized that a small catfish absolutely swallowed my hook. So I'm going to try to remove this from his mouth if it's barely in his mouth. If not, I'm just going to have to cut my line, because I don't want him to die. It's best to not try to jam the hook out of their mouth. It can make it impossible for them to eat, break their jaw, you know, everything like that. So it's best to just cut the line. It'll slowly be removed from their mouth over time, just naturally. It takes like a few months, I do believe. And yeah, they'll still be able to eat, still be able to breathe and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and give that a try real quick. It's getting pretty damn cold outside, so I'm going to go ahead and start up my campfire. I also haven't eaten anything today yet, and I've got the munchies like crazy from smoking on this bud. So I'm going to go ahead and start cooking myself some cheeseburgers as well. Every time I start a campfire out here, I always use a propane torch. Even when I'm at home, I use a propane torch to take dabs. I got a Puffco a couple of months ago, so that's what I've been using for the past couple of months. But when I would use a dab rig, I would always use a propane torch. These things last months, whereas my Blazer, I would have to fill it up every other day. This thing lasts months of daily dabbing, so I really fucking love these propane torches. I really recommend you guys make the switch if you're wanting to save money. Super, super cheap, lasts forever. But this is the first time that I've ever brought a fire starter. I brought some dryer lint, so I'm hoping that this fire will go up pretty quickly. I've got so many small twigs and other bits of tinder and kindling, so I'm hoping that this is going to work well. It's been raining like crazy recently, so it took forever to be able to find usable wood, a lot longer than it would if it was like the middle of the summer or something like that, where everything's dry. But I tried to get the best firewood that I could to be able to last throughout the night. Didn't take too long to be able to get this campfire going. I tried to get myself a little bit more tinder and kindling to throw on the top. I'm still getting a bunch of hits on my rods, hoping I'm going to be able to catch a few more fish. I have a lot of confidence in my fishing game today. Since I've already caught 5 catfish, I feel like I'm definitely going to catch at least 2 or 3 more. I was using my little cooking stand for a while, but I decided to just say fuck it and throw the cast iron right onto the fire. And this is like the perfect setup. I've got a log right here, log right here, log on the other side, and all of my fire is just hidden in there. All I got to do is just blow on my fire to be able to get it hotter if I need to, or let it cool down if need be. But either way, I'm going to go ahead and throw these cheeseburgers on there. Alright guys, I got myself a nice big fire built. I threw a majority of the larger logs and sticks onto the fire because they'll be able to burn the longest. I've got a bunch of smaller sticks still left over that I'm going to throw on sooner or later, but I don't plan on staying out here too crazy late, probably until about like 11 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock right now, so I'm going to get to smoking on this bowl with you guys. I got a nice fat bowl of some of that chocolatey fireweed I was smoking earlier, and I also got myself a beer cracked open. This is a Ham's beer. I like to switch up what I drink pretty regularly, and I've just been drinking a whole lot of Hams lately, so cheers everybody. And cheers everybody on some of this fire chocolate weed. So either way, this story takes place back in 2017 or 2018. I can't remember which year specifically, but I was either 13 or 14 when this happened. I was hanging out at my friend Hunter's house. I mentioned him in a lot of different videos. I have a bunch of Storytime videos involving him, but basically, when I would hang out at this kid's house, a majority of the time, there would be kids from the middle school and the high school there. A lot of the time it was people that I would see one day and I would never end up seeing again, but either way, this day was no different. We had a bunch of kids from the high school and the middle school there. We were all in a giant smoke circle getting fried as fuck, and what was really cool about this as well is I never brought anything. Like, rarely ever did I bring weed to this guy's house. I think I brought bud to Hunter's house maybe twice out of the like whole fucking year, 2 years that I was hanging out with this kid on damn near daily basis. And every single time I would go over there, I would always get fried. There'd always be people with weed, always people who would be down to smoke you out for free. So that's what was happening this day. I was getting fried as hell. We were passing around blunt after blunt, passing around a bowl and a bong as well. I had just started smoking like 6 months to a year previous to this story taking place, so weed hit me like a fucking freight train. I would smoke, 1 or 2 hits off of a bowl, and it would hit me harder than if I was to smoke 5 or 6 joints to the face right now. Weed just hit me different back then. I cannot get the high that I used to at that time. It would just absolutely smack me. So I was absolutely sedated at this point, and for whatever reason, I really wanted to get my hands on some blunt wraps. I start to scheme, and how can I get some wraps? Well, I don't know anybody who will buy them for me. I don't really know anybody who's of age, so the only way that I'm going to be able to get some is if I steal them from some store that sells them, right? So there was this drive-through gas station across the street from my friend Hunter's house. Man, this weed is on fire. So I go up to my friend Hunter and I ask him if he wants to go to this drive-through gas station and try to steal some blunt wraps with me. He wants nothing to do with it. I ask 1 or 2 more people until I end up asking this kid named Corbin. And he was like 2 years older than me, 2 grades ahead of me. He was already in high school at this point, but he says, fuck it, he'll go with me. So I'm like, all right, we need to, not just walk in there and straight steal some blunt wraps. We need to, try to make it look like we're not doing anything before we actually, grab these, or I, actually grab these. So I'm like, we need to buy something. He says that he only has $1 on it, but I'm like, fuck it, let's go over there and see if they have something that's cheap. And Hunter ends up telling us that they sell fucking little snacks, like individual snacks, little Debbie snacks and stuff like that for only 50 cents each. So we're like, all right, that's what we're gonna do. We walk over there to this drive-through gas station, and as soon as we walk in there, they're already suspicious of us. They're already, thinking we're going to do some stupid shit. At this point, every single drive-through gas station in my town, you are not able to walk in there. And I should have mentioned this earlier, but for those of you guys who don't have these in your state, I think they're only in my state, Ohio, and like Pennsylvania. I don't think that there's many states that have these, but a drive-through gas station is exactly as it sounds. You drive through the building itself. It has like 2 garage doors on each side, and you just drive through. There's fridges on each side. A person comes out and asks you what you want. Usually people go there for like alcohol and tobacco products and stuff, but they also have like chips and drinks, 2 liters. Corbin is talking to one of the workers there while one of the other workers comes out behind us and is just standing behind us in case we try to steal anything or, you know, whatever. So he ends up buying one of these 50-cent Little Debbie snacks. He buys a fucking Nutty Buddy. And, you know, we go back to the house. And I tell him, we need to wait like 30 minutes to an hour before we go back there. We can't just go straight back there and try and steal the shit because they're going to recognize us immediately since we were just there. So, you know, we wait about 30 minutes, an hour, and we go back to this drive-through gas station. We walk back over there, right? And we go back inside, and we have our hoods up this time, and they are very suspicious of us. Immediately, one of the people working there walks behind us and is standing behind us, and they're just staring us fucking down. Corbin starts talking to one of the workers. I don't even remember what he said or what he was talking about, but he's just making up some random bullshit. I'm just staring down these blunt wraps. Like, it is so obvious that I'm about to do something fucking stupid, but I am high out of my mind. I am absolutely sedated, and I forgot to mention that we ended up smoking more bud within this 30-minute hour span that we were waiting to go back to the gas station, so I got even more fried than I already was. Alright guys, I just got done working on my fire. I threw a whole bunch more firewood in there and just moved the logs in more because they're all burnt up and everything, but I'm getting hits all over my rods right now. I'm really hoping that I'm going to be able to catch some more fish. I can't even remember how many I've caught today. I think like 5 or 6, but either way, I got myself a fresh bowl packed up. I'm going to go ahead and get right back into this story. So cheers everybody. So like I was saying, I was staring down these blunt wraps and I was trying to decide what flavor I wanted at the house after the first time that we had went to this drive-through gas station, but I ended up deciding that whichever blunt wrap I should get should just be the one that has the most in the box. I'm gonna grab a whole box and you know, it doesn't really matter what flavor it is, I'll just fucking smoke them anyway. So I end up just grabbing this completely random box of blunt wraps and I start running as soon as possible. Well, as soon as I start running, Corbin is already out of the fucking drive-through gas station, running as fast as he can and halfway through the parking lot. And I see him looking back at me and he's making a face of like, oh shit. I make it maybe like 10, you know, fucking like big running fucking leap steps, you know. I'm not just fucking walking. I don't know how the fuck to describe it. I'm so high right now. I've smoked so much off camera. I think I've only smoked like 3 bowls in this video, but I think I've smoked like 7 or 8 already out here. I'm fried as fuck right now, but cheers everybody. This weed is some absolute gas. So I barely make it out of this drive-through gas station. I make it, I think, about a quarter of the way into the parking lot, and out of nowhere, this big lady, right? This big lady tackles me to the ground. The first thing that she says to me is, "How old are you?" And I tell her that I'm 14 years old. Yes, I was fucking 14 at this time. I can finally remember. She says, "No, you're not." She doesn't believe me. She thinks that I'm like older or something like that. I have no idea why she didn't believe me, but either way. So, you know, she takes me into the drive-through gas station, and like the manager of the place, the guy in the back who just literally sits there and watches cameras, like a fucking dream job. I wish I could do something like that. Just sit there and do nothing but watch the cameras all day. Holy fuck, that'd be awesome. But either way, you know, she goes and gets this guy and he's like, "Call the police." That's all he says, and then walks away. I never got in any trouble for this, which is honestly crazy to me because I got in trouble for so much stupid bullshit back in the day. Like just getting suspended from school, you know, things like that. Alright guys, I gathered all my stuff. I'm back up at my car. I'm gonna go ahead and head home. I hope all you guys can enjoy this story time video. I wanted to record a whole lot more, but to be honest, I have to work tomorrow, so I didn't want to stay too late like I usually do. But either way guys, as always, hope everybody enjoyed the video. Hope everybody's high as fuck. Peace.